Hello everyone and welcome back. It's the part 2 of Boruto Naruto's Next Generation manga. Let's start. So let's continue. Another member of Kara introduced, Delta. A woman Jigen correctly spots that Kashin Koji is a capricious man, especially after we see how he reacted seeing Boruto's karma. We also see the power of Delta, some form of strong illusion that Delta uses. Delta goes to where Kashin Koji is to see what is happening. The past of Kawaki is revealed, and how his awful father mistreated him, beat him, and sold him to Jigen. How Jigen proclaimed to Kawaki that now he is his father. Kashin Koji and Delta arrives where Boruto and Kawaki and others are. Delta brings outer Garo with him, so Garo is another character, but he is outer. Kawaki and Garo has some prehistory. Kawaki starts to fight Garo. Kawaki just doesn't trust anyone, despite Boruto and his friends trying to convince him. Garo is very rough. He literally tortures Kawaki. One can imagine Kawaki being defeated here, but Boruto and Kawaki's karma starts to coordinate with each other, giving Kawaki immense power. He easily defeats Garo, then Kashin Koji calls this coordination resonance. Katasuki calls Kawaki's body itself a scientific ninja tool, something that he has not seen before. Katasuki gets excited to learn that somewhere there is a even greater and smarter scientist out there who designed Kawaki's body. Kashin Koji stops Delta from interfering. Kashin Koji decides to let Kawaki to be taken by Boruto and his gang. This is all part of Kashin Koji's plan. He is very smooth, very calculating, waiting for the right moment to strike, which is not now. Also, Mitsuki gets revealed as a clone of Orochimaru. We know Orochimaru, he was like the prime villain of Naruto. The first one, not Naruto Shippuden. We finally get introduced to the scientist who remade Kawaki's body. His name is Amato. Kawaki is now in Konoha village. It is of course that everyone will see him as an anomaly, but Naruto did not want that, citing his own pasts, how confinement hurts when Naruto was the Jinchuriki of Kurama, but third Hokage did not confine him. Now Naruto wants to do the exact same for Kawaki. He decides to let Kawaki stay with him in Naruto's house. Naruto and Kawaki bond starts to show. Kawaki being very reluctant to communicate despite how much Naruto tries. Eventually Kawaki breaks Himawari's face, which enraged Naruto. Kawaki, seeing Naruto's power, becomes convinced that it is impossible for him to escape. When Boruto arrives and confronts Kawaki about the broke vase, there we see, despite the arrogance of Kawaki, he actually has a soft side, apologizing for breaking the vase. Despite all of these things happening, one thing is for sure, lots of bond is being created between Kawaki and Boruto. Boruto and Kawaki obviously are in some form of competition. They hate each other, annoyed by each other, but somewhat still bounded by fate. By the mark in their palm, we learn from Kawaki that Menike died during the experiment done in Amato's lab, and he was the only one who survived and got the karma mark from Jigen. Ever since Kawaki got that mark, his life has been hell. He thinks that if he died during the experiments, he would have peace, but Kawaki is now focused to get this mark removed. Even Naruto sympathizes with him. Despite their differences, Boruto and Kawaki starts to have common goal: get rid of karma mark. Kawaki is also looking to a way to replace the broken vase. Kawaki obviously had a rough childhood. He probably had to fight to live constantly in defense mode, which explains why he is very rude and skeptical of people. Naruto takes Kawaki to Ino's flower shop to buy a new vase. There they mate with Sarada. Kawaki, of course, is not open to Sarada, just like he's not to everyone else, but Kawaki buys a new vase, starts to familiarize a bit. Even Sarada starts to get familiar with him. But Boruto is not the one to easily budge, as Boruto wants Kawaki to use glue to fix the old vase, which Kawaki agrees to do. While all of this is going on, Delta and Kashin Koji infiltrate Konoha. Despite their sensory radar placed around Konoha village, Kashin Koji doesn't get detected by it. Shocking Delta, again, Kashin Koji is the most mysterious one. His origin still remains unknown. Boruto and Naruto decides to do practice battle to see how much strong Boruto has grown. Kaoki and Himawari watches that, seeing Boruto and Naruto fighting and the strong bond and happiness they have while doing it reminds Kaoki of his own fights with Jigen. How Jigen belittled Kaoki, made Kaoki's existence nothing but a mere vessel, an empty shell. He started to realize how awful Jigen was to him by seeing Naruto and Boruto. Kaoki starts to understand the concept of friendship. Close bonds, Kaoki is changing as he gets prepared to fix the broken vase. Kaoki decides to help Boruto to master the use of karma. They battle it out friendly. Then they decide to do the unison sign. But something happens. Momoshiki Otsuki is back. Only Boruto could sense his presence. Even Kashin Koji got shocked seeing, but he did not know what happened. But he noticed how the wounds on Boruto's hand got healed instantly. Kashin Koji could not make it out whether it was due to karma or something only found in Boruto. Delta lost her patience. She went straight to where Kaoki is. The radars went off. Naruto found out that an intruder is coming. Now, Delta and Naruto is about to fight. Naruto and Delta battle it out. Delta's entire body is scientifically modified, just like with Kaoki. She can absorb jutsu with her eyes, which she did with Naruto's Rasengan. Delta severely hurts Naruto. It seems like that Delta talking about how she will take Kaoki, but Naruto refuses to accept that, telling how Naruto sees Kaoki as his own family, something that even started to touch Kaoki's heart too. But we're talking about Naruto here. No way he is so easily hurt, as it gets revealed that Naruto himself pretended to be weakened, so that he could get some form of intel out of Delta. Naruto uses Yoton Lava style Rasen Shuriken, but it does not work. Delta used her eye beam, which might result in permanent damage, but Naruto somehow evaded that. Kaoki's analysis suggested that Naruto was actually winning the fight against Delta, but Boruto refused to believe and decided to interfere, which gave Delta the perfect opportunity to target Himawari, as Himawari was also there. When Delta used an eye beam against Himawari, Naruto went instantly to protect her. You might think the eye beam hit both of them. But no, Kaoki is there to save the day, as he sacrificed his hand to absorb it and protect Naruto and Himawari. Kaoki, in a way, always felt indebted to Naruto's family, felt guilty about breaking the vase, but now the odds are even. Naruto is immensely pissed at Delta for going after the kids, especially what she did to Kaoki. Naruto used a Rasengan on Delta, but Delta absorbed it, then Naruto used a big Rasengan. Delta still absorbing it, thinking how futile it is, but no, Naruto again used big Rasengan. It started to become difficult for Delta to carry through. There's limit to how much she can absorb. Naruto simply has too much chakra. We all know that, but Delta did not. Eventually, Delta lost her eye functionality, which left her unable to absorb anymore. Then Naruto used a super giant Rasengan to defeat Delta for good. Delta is defeated. Naruto thought he would take Delta with him for interrogation, but Delta detonated herself. Koji is observing all of this. The true motive of Kashin Koji is still unknown. He's thinking about finding out Jigen's weakness. Okay, he's actually thinking about Jigen's weakness, a plot twist. He also thinks how Boruto plays a key role. Delta did not die. As she is scientifically modified, actually she has multiple body and swapped with one of her body using her drone. New Kara members are introduced, Boro and Goat. Jigen also has karma. Jigen reveals that how Boruto is Momoshiki's vessel. The attachment between Naruto and Kaoki only getting stronger, as Kaoki requested to Naruto to become his student. Kaoki also gets a prosthetic arm from Naruto. Naruto sees himself in Kaoki, as Kaoki's fascination and interest towards ninjutsu, ninja, and Hokage increased. Kaoki also started to fix the broken vase using glue. While Naruto was sleeping, and Naruto and Kaoki was beside him, suddenly the Kurama's chakra or self arrives. Kuruma talks about Naruto's childhood, his past, and how much Kaoki resembles him. After knowing about Naruto's past, even Kaoki started to soften up, think how much he related to him. He even shed tears, showing how Kaoki was changing from the intel that Konohamaru collected. Sasuke finds a space portal where he finds the projection of all the Otsuki, including Momoshiki, Kinshiki, and Kaguya, and most importantly, some unknown Otsuki. He also finds a trapped 10-tails Biju. Suddenly, Jigen arrives there and absorbs some power from the Biju, and Jigen's appearance started to change and look more like the unknown Otsuki. Jigen insisted how he wanted to visit both of the vessels, which meant Boruto and Kaoke. Another battle is approaching. Kaoki tries his best to find the missing shard. Sarada asks her mom about the mark on her forehead as it resembles karma a lot. Boom! Jigen came out from Kaoke's karma. Jigen gets shocked, saying that thinking what was the point of the mission. Not Jigen, but Kashin Koji gets shocked, saying that thinking what was the point of the mission to retrieve Kaoki if Jigen could do it himself. Suddenly Kashin Koji realized how the mission was nothing but a target to see what Kashin Koji was doing. Because Kashin Koji was observing Jigen, but actually it was Jigen who was observing Kashin Koji. Jigen attacks Naruto and then mocks him, trying to take back Kaoki with him. Kaoki could not tolerate the disrespect being shown to Naruto, showing how much affinity Kaoki has towards Naruto. Kaoki activating his karma with even a stronger version, changing his appearance a bit. Kaoki has immense respect towards Naruto, as so much that he willingly offered himself to Jigen so that Jigen would not do anything to Naruto. But Naruto refused. It is his duty to protect everyone in the village, including Kaoki, as he is also part of the village. Jigen takes Naruto to another dimension, where Sasuke also arrives. Sasuke and Naruto fights with Jigen. Sasuke reveals that one of Jigen's abilities is that he can shrink objects and suddenly expand them. Sasuke and Naruto combine to do damage to Jigen, but Jigen, now pissed, reveals a even stronger form of himself. Sasuke activates his Susanoo. He even uses his Amaterasu, but it is not enough. But the good thing is, Jigen is also at his limit. But something interesting happens here. Jigen talks about how awful Jigen's body is. We know, which is weird, implying someone else is actually using that body. That person is saying Jigen is not worth it, and they need Kaoki's body. Naruto saves Sasuke and makes sure he escapes. That someone, and the person that was actually in Jigen's body, like talking in third person, that someone is finally revealed. It is Otsuki Ishiki, our main villain, the one who is using Jigen's body and wants to use Kaoki's body. Also, Naruto gets sealed. Is this the end of Naruto? We don't know. Shikamaru puts Kaoki in house arrest. He of course does not trust him and skeptical of him. Boruto tries his best to argue and convince him to understand that Kaoki is not a spy. Jigen returns to Amado to replenish his chakra. There, he talks about how much he is fascinated by Kaoki's growth. Jigen says that both Kaoki and Boruto will become great Otsuki in the future. No one knows what that means. What do you mean by they will become great Otsuki in the future? Kaoki, using his karma, could finally sense Naruto. Now Mitsuki and Boruto and Sarada and Kaoki uses a portal and now they are ready to rescue Naruto. But they are faced with Boro, another inner member. Naruto is sealed inside a pot. Boruto, uses that as a bait to attack Boruto and Kaoki. Boro uses some toxic mist. Mitsuki and Sarada also try to attack, but it becomes difficult to defeat him. They retreat and are ready to do the counterattack. Kaoki reveals one of the weaknesses of karma, as it cannot absorb physical matters, and the toxic mist that Garo uses is physical matter. Sarada was using her Sharingan to find that the mist is made of virus, which is basically the outcome of scientific ninja tools. The new Team 7 consisting of Boruto, Kaoki, Mitsuki, and Sarada. They decide to make Sarada their captain. Captain Sarada is here. Mitsuki cures Kaoki and Boruto from the virus by using Garo's blood that he collected from him. Now they begin round 2. Sarada becomes the perfect decoy, which helps Boruto and Kaoki create a strong unison Rasengan, which destroys upper left body of Garo, but he regenerates his body. Garo now goes after the pot of Naruto. Kaoki goes to stop him. Garo notices how Kaoki has changed. There was a time when Kaoki only lived for himself. Now he's doing everything to protect 7th Hokage. The new Team 7 attacks Garo with everything, but Garo just kept on regenerating anyways. Kaoki tells that despite how much scientifically modified their body is, they still have a weakness. That is their core. Destroying the core is destroying Garo. Sada uses her Rashingan, sorry, not Rashingan, Sada uses her Sharingan to find the core, which she does. But seeing how much depleted other members of Team 7 and thinking Garo might move his core if he finds out, Sarada takes it upon herself to destroy the core. Then she uses Chidori, a move that is as popular and old as it is. It was the first time she used it in a real battle. Garo goes berserk seeing how he is about to lose. He attacks everyone. He is about to kill Sarada. Boom! Momoshiki returns in Boruto's body. He temporarily takes control of his body and absolutely destroys Garo. Then he goes back and Boruto regains control of his body. But he doesn't remember anything. Kashin Koji tells Amado that he's going to take down Jigen. Boom. Kashin Koji still remains mysterious. What his actual motives are, we don't know. Kashin Koji and Amado are perhaps working together. Amado arrives in Konoha. He takes Shikadai as a hostage. He then talks to Shikamaru and others, saying how he wants to defect to Konoha, basically leave Kara and join them. In return, he would provide them with all necessary intel. Suddenly a great twist of event, right? Kashin Koji reveals that he was created to destroy Jigen. It also gets revealed that it was Kashin Koji and Amado who worked together to destroy the airship where Kaoki was in. Kashin Koji and Jigen fights. Also, Amado reveals all the secret he knows step by step. Naruto's suspicion. Otsuki's Ishiki origin is revealed. The true motive of karma, backup files, and how to kill an Otsuki. Naruto seeing how Kashin Koji fights gets suspicious, almost reminding him of somebody. Otsuki's Ishiki's origin gets revealed. How he came to this planet with Kaguya, but Kaguya for some reason decided to betray him and the weakened Ishiki decided to take shelter in a nearby Jigen's body. But Jigen's body is too weak for Ishiki to revive in it. That is why he needs Kaoki. Also, Amado reveals the true purpose of karma, that they are like a backup files, which will slowly extract in the habitant's body and transform into an Otsuki, which is the ultimate fate of Boruto and even Kaoki if they don't prevent Ishiki. Amado also tells there is a way to kill a Otsuki for good. Ishiki uses his Sukuna Hikona Jutsu, which he can use to shrink anything, including himself, but not living beings. Kashin Koji was successful to bring out the Ishiki from Jigen. Amado says how that was the plan, because now Kaoki's karma is gone, as there is no need of a vessel if the actual self is there. Naruto for some reason gets intention for Kashin Koji, which obviously becomes true when Ishiki reveals Kashin Koji as a clone of Jiraiya Sensei. He is a clone of Jiraiya Sensei. Ishiki can only inhabit Jigen's body for a few days. After that, he will die. That is why he needs to implant another karma on Kaoki's body in that time. Amado wants Naruto and Sasuke to defeat or at least buy enough time for Ishiki to die. Ishiki easily defeats Kashin Koji, but Kashin Koji escapes. Ishiki used his Daikokuten, a secret jutsu where he can store anything and he can shrink, use that to defeat Kashin. Now Ishiki has arrived in Konoha, ready for another battle. Naruto fights Ishiki. Sasuke gives Boruto his headband, which resembles the headband he had on the first chapter of this manga. Sasuke takes Boruto with him, and now Naruto, Sasuke, and Boruto fights him. Boruto uses Momoshiki's power to take him to another space-time. Now Sasuke and Naruto arrives there too. A great battle is about to be fought. Ishiki was about to kill Sasuke, but Boruto was there to protect him. Ishiki, for some reason, was hesitant to kill Boruto. Boruto noticed that. Amado finally reveals why Ishiki cannot kill Boruto, as he wants to feed him to the Ten-Tails. For the chakra fruit to process, it needs a living Otsuki to eat, and Boruto is going to become one. That is why Ishiki wants to feed him to the Ten-Tails, which in result will become a chakra fruit. Naruto knows very well that Ishiki is almost unbeatable. That is why he is prepared to even die if that is what defeats him. Kurama reveals a final form for Naruto that can perhaps defeat Ishiki, but it comes with a price, with the life of Naruto. Naruto is not bothered by it, as he was always prepared to die from the moment he wanted to become a Hokage. And boom, we see the final form of Naruto with Kurama. The mode of Naruto is called the Baryon mode. It's incredible mode. It is different than other mode as it uses Kurama and Naruto's own lifespan, their own chakra as a fuel, which shortens their lifespan dramatically. But it has one more quirk, which comes in touch with this mode, which is that whoever comes in touch with this mode will also get their lifespan shrunk. And that was the plan, because Naruto and Kurama knows even with this mode, it might not be possible, but they don't have to defeat Ishiki. They just have to shrink Ishiki's already low lifespan to even lower. And that was their plan. Ishiki now in panic mode, but he finds an opening. Remember Naruto giving Kaoki a part of his chakra? You know, that prosthetic arm that had Naruto's chakra? Ishiki detected Kaoki with that and actually brought Kaoki to the space-time where everyone is. Boruto, Naruto, Sasuke. And now Ishiki ready to implant his karma on him before Ishiki dies. But something even insane happens. Boom! Momoshiki is back in Boruto's body. What will happen now? Kaoki starts to evade and run from Ishiki. With only a few minutes of life left in Ishiki, he gets desperate. He threatens to kill Naruto. There we see how much Naruto means to Kaoki. How Kaoki always felt his life had no worth, and only Naruto gave him a life worthy of living. And how Kaoki sees no point in living if Naruto is not there. Showing his deep admiration for him, he comes to Ishiki and Ishiki puts his karma mark on him. But boom, actually it was a doppelganger of Kaoki. And Kaoki was successful to trick Ishiki, and Ishiki dies for good. And the greater evil is defeated. And that is what you might thought. But boom, Momoshiki is there, and he instantly takes advantage of the situation as everybody's guard is down. He takes out Sasuke's Rinnegan. Sasuke's Rinnegan is gone. He literally stabs his eye. As Momoshiki, you know, Momoshiki is just powerful. He's cunning in Boruto's body. Now, Momoshiki in Boruto's body is trying to feed Kaoki to the Ten-Tails because Kaoki might not have the karma anymore, but his body is now 80% Otsuki. The only reason Momoshiki was able to regain control was because Boruto depleted too much of his chakra, which Sasuke noticed. And then Sasuke and Kaoki devised a plan to get Boruto some chakra, which of course succeeded. When Kaoki put himself in front of Boruto with fire, their Boruto was forced to absorb some of it using karma, which in result meant Boruto getting some chakra, and thus he was able to take back control from Momoshiki, and the last threat is gone, at least for now. Baryon mode did not take Naruto's life. It only took Kurama. As Kurama bade his final goodbye to Naruto, now Naruto does not have any Kurama. You know, no superpower anymore. He is now normal. Same goes for Sasuke as he also lost his Rinnegan. In a way, this is how the series nerfs both Naruto and Sasuke, makes the stage ready for Kaoki Boruto, and of course, Goat. We're gonna come to Goat. Okay, he is going to be significant. Goat, the other and most significant inner Mikara member, the only one remaining. He also has a karma, but it is not perfect. It is a pseudo karma. Ishiki's will comes to Goat and tells Goat to carry the will of the Otsukis, feeding either of Boruto and Kaoki to the Ten Tails and fulfilling the chakra fruit. The fight might be over, but the battle is not, as things are only going to get serious from now on. Boruto, after defeating Ishiki and saving Konoha village, has become a celebrity. He's now a hero of the village. Goat, he's the other one who survived Jigen's trial. He inherited the karma despite not being a vessel, as during the test he failed but did not die. His power is actually even better than Jigen, but Code has immense devotion towards Jigen and the Otsukis. That is why there is a limiter in his body that he himself put so that he could be below Jigen. He himself wanted it in his body. It basically shows his true subordination. Code brings out a new cyborg that was hidden away on the order of Jigen. Ada, a new character is here. And that concludes the part 2 of my analysis and understanding. Thank you, everyone.